Hi everyone, so I'm no PvP player, but with the Immortal SMG that came out when Trials released this weekend, along with the fact that it is the best SMG in PvP right now, I decided I was going to try to get it in Trials of Osiris. To be honest, I was doing quite horrible in the first day, until I decided, for the first time ever, I would actually make a build for my character, specifically for my Titan in this case. Mind you, I'm not much of a PvP player, I barely have a 1.0 KD, but I decided if I was going to spend an extended period of time in Trials, I might as well commit. So with this Titan arc build for PvP that I used, I was able to get flawless. Without wasting any more time, let's get into how this build works. Starting off, I imagine many want to know what guns I was using. So in the very beginning, I was using Shira's Wrath. This is a rule that I acquired many seasons ago, and I decided to pull it out of my vault to use with certain mods, and specifically with my Peacekeeper's exotic leg piece. The Peacekeeper specifically reloads stowed machine guns and allows you to ready them instantly, improves your handling with submachine guns and your movement while wielding one, provides a moderate benefit to airborne effectiveness that of submachine guns. This exotic specifically helped me reach it because it allowed me to play much better with my SMGs. So going into the SMGs you could use, like I said, I was using Shira's Wrath that I acquired previously. You could also use the Osiris SMG, or even get a semi-decent roll of the Immortal that you could use as well. Since you get the Immortal pretty quickly on in the rank up process of Trials, you might be able to get a decent roll fairly quickly. Once I got a half decent roll of a base Immortal SMG, I combined it with the Fighting Lion, or sometimes with my beloved Sniper Rifle, to create a combination that really helped me get flawless. For you could use a shotgun if you want to in the primary or secondary slot, or a sniper, or really whatever secondary of your choice you want to use. For mine personally, I really enjoyed the Fighting Lion because it's really good on this map, so if you want to use that as well, try to learn how to aim your shots and just hit targets with it. Going on to my subclass, I'm using Tower and Barricade, Seismic Strike, but mainly I use Seismic Strike for movement and rarely for attacking enemies, and then specifically I like to use the Lightning Grenade, a grenade that sticks to any surface and emits bolts of lightning. Now you want to throw this around corners or to block off escape routes for enemies and as a way to kill enemies behind barricades. The aspects I use is Knockout, critically wounding a target or breaking their shields infuses your melee attacks with arc energy, increases your melee range and damage for a short time. This is what you see in the clip, allows me to one-shot a Guardian, and it's really great for when you're in sticky situations where you end up needing to melee enemies. I also use Touch of Thunder, specifically because of the effect it makes on the Lightning Grenade, grants an additional grenade charge, and jolts targets hit by the initial blast. This allows my Lightning Grenade to last even longer. The fragments I'm using are Spark of Feedback, taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage. This allows you to almost always win your one-on-one melee fights, considering you can pretty much kill them instantly before they can get another melee off. I also use Spark of Magnitude, your lingering arc grenades, have extended duration, like I said, even further increasing the lightning grenade to have an extra 2 pulses. My next fragment is Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. This is okay, it doesn't give you too much resistance, but it is enough to possibly save your life. My last fragment is Spark of Recharge. While critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy regenerates more quickly. Considering there are many situations where you're left to one shot in PvP, this will allow you to get your grenade energy back much quicker. Moving on to my mods, now these are going to be specific to my kinetic SMG and my beloved sniper, but I don't use my beloved sniper all that much, so you can really change them out for whatever you want to use. Now specifically, I'm using kinetic targeting. This is specifically for my kinetic weapon that improves target acquisition, accuracy, and aim down sight speeds for kinetic weapons. If you're using a solar or arc SMG, you're going to want to use arc targeting or solar targeting. I have 2 stacked solar mods here that work specifically with my beloved sniper rifle, like I said, but they won't really matter too much to me considering I'm using a grenade launcher as my secondary. On my arms, I'm using Fastball. I would say that this is a needed perk, considering your lightning nades need to be precise in order to make an effect. I use Kinetic Dexterity for my Kinetic SMG. Like I said, you can change Dexterity based on what type of SMG you're using, like the Osiris SMG would use Arc Dexterity, and I'm using a Solar Dexterity for my Sniper. On my chest piece, I have Unflinching Solar Aim, and I stack these because if you stack Unflinching Solar Aim on snipers, it really helps, but like I said, change this based on whatever if you're using a shotgun or something else. And I'm using Unflinching Kinetic Aim for my SMG, which you can switch out for which SMG you're using. On my Peacekeepers, I'm using the Solar Scavenger, which gives me extra sniper ammo in case I was running that. I'm using a Better Already mod. Your health begins to regenerate immediately after picking up Orb of Power. And considering how often people generate orbs of power now, this is a great mod to have. And if you have recuperation mod, replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power and combine the two, you get a burst of free health and get some healing back at the same time. Now these mods also work great with the mod I use on my Titan mark, Reaper. After using your class ability, your next weapon Final Blow spawns an Orb of Power. Considering I have 100 resilience, I'm going to be getting back my Titan Barricade much quicker, which means I get generate orbs after using my Titan Barricade more often. I'm stacking 2 Bomber mods, reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. This is just because I have 2 lightning nades and getting them back is key for being able to survive encounters. Really quickly going into the stats, I would recommend max resilience purely for your shields, discipline if you can for your grenades, and recovery. These are the 3 I would try to max out really quick, and if you can get some intellect in there, try to. So that's the build that got me flawless. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything I should add to this build, and if you went flawless this week. Thanks and have a good day.